Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make a braided puff pastry. More specifically, a braided strawberry puff pastry using a strawberry pie filling. Awesome. These are so easy to make, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Let's get baking. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts, but this is really easy. You could probably memorize this super easy. Now, preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 205 Celsius. Begin with a puff pastry sheet. You can use the Pepperidge Farm brand or any brand of puff pastry sheet, or make your own. I have a video. Click that eye up there in the corner. You can find my video on how to make your own homemade puff pastry if you like. So I'm going to fold this out, and they come frozen. So make sure to thaw it out first for about 20 minutes. So here it is, and it's floured for you so it doesn't stick already, which is great. And now we just need to put in the filling. I'm using this awesome little strawberry pie filling, but you can use whatever filling that you want. I have several pies here on my channel, apple pie, berry pie. You could use that filling if you want. You could use the cream cheese filling that I use in the cheese Danish recipe. You could use that as well. So many different options that you can try. And then what we're gonna do is just come in here and we'll just start putting this on in the middle here. There's no real set amount that you use. Just use however much that you want. You don't want to go too heavy on it because you don't want it to totally spill out. Some of it will spill out a little bit, but for one strip, I usually can use about half of this 21-ounce can. And it's about a 600-gram can, so about 300 grams of pie filling. So that looks great. So the Pepperidge Farm sheets comes with 2, so you could use most of it between the 2 of them if you wanted to. And now we want to cut strips. Just cut in with a pizza roller and go in about an inch. And then I'm going to turn this around, and we'll do the rest of these. And you want them to be kind of lined up with each other. It doesn't have to be super exact. This is a very easy thing to do. You don't have to get extremely precise with it. Okay? And now what we're going to do is just take this in and just fold it like that over. Take this one in, fold it like that. Take this one in, fold it. See the braid coming together? And you can just kind of seam that back of it down if you want. And on the front, you can leave it open. I kind of like the look of it open here in the front, but you could seam that up if you want. And that's the braid. That looks pretty awesome, right? And now what we need to do is we need to take an egg, and we'll just take a fork, and we'll just make a little egg wash. And if you're gonna do this for breakfast, then you can do several eggs and just use all the rest of it for like scrambled eggs or like an omelet, and then just have like eggs and pastry for breakfast. Okay, got that all nice and whisked. And we're just gonna take a basting brush and baste the tops of this with the egg wash. And this is going to give it a really, really nice color on top. And now you can leave it just like that and bake it. But what I like to do is sprinkle on some cinnamon sugar. This is just my little cinnamon sugar shaker. You can put in about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then just fill it up with sugar and granulated sugar, and then just shake it around. And you can use it for all sorts of treats. So you can do cinnamon sugar right now, or you can just bake it like this and then top it with powdered sugar if you want. I still might top it with powdered sugar too. So I'm gonna just do this. Or you could also just do like, just normal sugar, just right on top. Or like some of the thicker finishing sugars that you can put on that are bigger crystals, you can try that as well. So there we go. And now, bake this in the oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 205 Celsius, and we will bake it for 25 to 30 minutes until it's nice and golden brown and it'll puff up a little bit. On to that step. And when it comes out of the oven, it'll look something like this, nice and golden brown on the top and the braids down the middle stay together, pretty cool. And now we want to let it cool down for 10 to 15 minutes before we slice it. And I want to just remove it from this sheet pan. I'm just going to put it on a wire rack to cool completely. Depending on your pan, you could just leave it on your pan. Like it won't overcook the bottom too much if you do that, but I usually just put it on a wire rack to cool completely. And once it cools, we can cut into it. Depending on how you want to cut it. That's what the inside looks like. And it'll vary depending on what filling that you use. And you can get about 6 servings out of one of those puff pastry sheets. So about 12 total servings if you use both puff pastry sheets. There you go. That's how you make a braided puff pastry dessert. This happens to be a strawberry pie filling one, but you can use so many different fillings if you want. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah. So awesome.